What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich. If you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button because this will be the #1 spot when it comes to the build up for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. As you can tell from the title, I'll be giving you a list of my 2022 FIFA World Cup probables, the 2019 edition, meaning that I'm going to give you a list of 40 teams that I think has the highest chances of qualifying for the 2022 World Cup. Well, including the host Qatar, of course. But before we get into this video, here's a brief message from our sponsors, BetMatch.
BetMatch, transparent betting on blockchain. Register on betmatch.io website. Fill your gaming account with your favorite cryptocurrency on the generated wallet and start making unique bets on events today.
Double up your crypto deposit.
BetMatch. Register and start winning today.
I'd also like to take the time to thank the people over at BetMatch for working with the channel. It's a big deal. So guys, make sure you sign up. So since I'll be giving you a list of 40 teams, the allocation for each confederation is going to change. For the UEFA Confederation, I'll be giving you 16 teams. For the CAF or African Confederation, I'll be giving you 6 teams. Conmebol 6, CONCACAF 4, and OFC 1. You have to give one from the OFC, of course. So let's start with the 16 teams from Europe that I think has the best chance of qualifying for the 2022 World Cup, according to how I think they're performing right now. The first team #1 on the list has to be Belgium. The wealth of talent that they have in their team, the quality in their 11. Their coach Roberto Martinez has been doing a very good job since he took over before the World Cup, and Belgium are going to waltz into Qatar as one of the favorites to win the tournament. The next team on my list are the defending champions France, and I don't think I need to further explain that one because the wealth of talent that they have to choose from. So the current champions will definitely be in Qatar as well. And I also think that they have enough young quality talent to successfully defend their title. The next team on the list is Spain. Despite going through a bit of managerial crisis as of late, running through at least 3 managers in the last year or so, I think Spain has a very good team and they keep on developing young talent. So even though some of the old guards may not be around in 2022, I think the Spanish international team will comfortably qualify for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Maybe with Xavi Hernandez as their coach. Who knows? Fourth on the list, we have England, the 3 Lions, man. This is one of the most exciting teams in Europe, currently managed by Gareth Southgate. I think Gareth Southgate will still be the manager because he has been the most revolutionary managers of all the managers that England has hired recently. So I'm gonna put England on the list, of course. The best league in the world, the English Premier League, they just keep producing a wealth of talent and their squad is just simply stacked up with so much competition in every single position. Well, maybe not the striking position, but guys, you get the point. England will make the 2022 FIFA World Cup. For the next team, we will see former World Cup winners Italy making a return to the World Cup after missing the 2018 edition. Well, Sweden, man. But I do think Roberto Mancini has been doing a great job with this Italian team, calling players up on merit, and they look pretty good in the recently concluded UEFA Nations League and also in the Euro 2020 qualifiers. So I think Italy are on the right course to make it to the 2022 World Cup. Next up, we have a team who also missed the 2018 World Cup, and that's the Dutch, the Netherlands. The Clockwork Orange has simply been on fire in the UEFA Nations League, making it to the finals, and during the Euro 2020 qualifiers as well. They look like a team reborn. They're currently going through a renaissance under Ronald Koeman with the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Frankie de Jong, Matthijs de Ligt, and Memphis Depay all leading the charge. We will definitely see the Dutch back at the World Cup in 2022. Next up, we have the team who prevented the Italians from making it to the 2018 World Cup, and that's Sweden. Ever since that monumental date, the Swedes have been receiving way more respect than they got in the past, and I think they will be one of the teams making it back to the big stage in 2022, without a doubt. The next team on my probables list are the 2018 hosts, Russia. And I think Russia has been very consistent since their brilliant showing at the 2018 World Cup, and they should be back at the 2022 event. The ninth team on the list, I really don't know why I have them so low on the list, but Portugal, man. This may be Cristiano Ronaldo's final World Cup, or would it be? Would it be? He wants to play on until maybe he's like 43 or so. Maybe he want to pull off a Buffon. But Cristiano Ronaldo will lead the charge for Portugal at the 2022 World Cup without a doubt. Euro 2016 winner, the 2018-19 UEFA Nations League champions. I had to take my time and say that. Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal, Bernardo Silva, and the wealth of talent that they have at their fingertips will be back at the World Cup for the 2022 edition. Maybe not under Fernando Santos. Who knows? Maybe under Jose Mourinho. We never know. But believe you me, Portugal will be back for the big event. 10. This one is quite a tricky one, but I had to throw Croatia in there, man. The 2018 World Cup finalist has been in a rebuilding phase as of late, and with the likes of Luka Modric and Ivan Rakitic getting up there in age, and they haven't been in such great form as of late, it's been a worry for the Croatian team. But I do think they stand a very, very good chance of making it back to the 2022 World Cup. Maybe not 100%, but they are a very gritty outfit and they know how to grind out results. The next team on the list will be making a comeback to the event, and do you want to take a guess? It's Ukraine. They have been on fire as of late in the UEFA Nations League and also in the Euro 2020 qualifiers under their boss Andriy Shevchenko, their legend. I do think Ukraine are building up a head of steam here, and they will be a very, very hard unit to stop. So I'm gonna go for them making a comeback to the World Cup. The next one is a huge one because I got a lot of stick for leaving them out of my 2018 World Cup prediction, and that's the Republic of Ireland. I think they have been in very, very good form since sacking their coach O'Neill, and they're making the right strides towards qualifying for the biggest event in world football, the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Next up, we have Denmark. They are a very, very quality team. They have been developing somewhat of a rivalry as of late with the Republic of Ireland, but I think both teams stand a very good chance of making it to the 2022 World Cup. The 14th team I have amongst my probables are Switzerland. They qualified for the 2018 World Cup and they were quite impressive, and I expect them to make another return in Qatar. So the last two teams amongst my probables are Germany and Turkey. Germany hasn't been in great form as of late. The 2014 champions, the team who got knocked out in the group stages of the 2018 World Cup, has been going through a very, very tricky phase under their longtime boss Joachim Löw, and Germany don't seem like they want to sack him at all. But I do think they have enough talent to qualify for the next big event. And Turkey, in the case of Turkey, they have been in very, very good form as of late, and I do think they stand the chance to take one of those 13 available spots for the 2022 event. Guys, remember UEFA only has 13 spots, but I'm giving you 16 teams that I think has the best chance of making the cut. Notable omissions from the list includes Austria, Poland, Iceland, Wales, and Serbia. So guys, let's move on to the next confederation, and that will be the CAF, or the African Confederation. This only has 6 teams, so it will be a lot quicker. Number 1 team on the list I'm gonna go for is Senegal. They're currently the highest ranked African nation in the FIFA rankings, and the way they performed at the recently concluded African Cup of Nations is simply testament to that. With the wealth of talent in their team and a very level-headed manager in terms of Aliou Cisse at the helm, if he is still around in 2022, I think Senegal are prime candidates to qualify for the World Cup again. Second on the list are the African champs, Algeria. Of course, I have to put them on the list. They are the hottest team in Africa right now. Very, very talented outfit with a very good coach at the helm in terms of Belmadi. Algeria failed to qualify for the 2018 World Cup, and I don't think they are going to do so once again for the 2022 event. Third on the list are the Super Eagles from Nigeria. The African Confederation is one of the toughest confederations to qualify from, but I think Nigeria has the grit, the steel, and the talent to make it to Africa's grueling qualifiers. Number 4 are the Eagles of Carthage, Tunisia, the biggest sleeper team in the entire world. I think are gonna make it once again. They made it to the 2018 event. They performed reasonably well, and I think they will do so once again in 2022. The next team I have on the list is Morocco. I was really impressed with what they did at the 2018 World Cup, and they have been okay after. Not a great African Cup of Nations tournament, but I still think Morocco are good enough to make it to back-to-back World Cups. And the final team on my African probables list is Mali. I think Mali stand a very, very good chance of qualifying for the World Cup as a debutant. They have a wealth of talent in their team, and they have been in very, very good form as of late. Notable omissions from the list: Egypt, Cameroon, Ghana, South Africa, and Ivory Coast. The next confederation I want to talk about is the OFC, the Oceania Football Confederation, where they will have one single probable on the list because they only have 0.5 of a spot allocated to them. And the team I'm gonna put up is the All Whites of New Zealand. Who else? New Caledonia, Papua New Guinea, and Solomon Islands all try to contest this spot, but I don't think any one of them could stand up against the All Whites of New Zealand. So I'm gonna throw New Zealand in the cap as one of the probables. They did make it to the 2010 World Cup, but we haven't seen them back since. So guys, that's 23 teams gone. Now we have 17 to go. So let's talk about AFC, the Asian Confederation, where they will host the event. Their host will be Qatar, so they are not a probable. They definitely will be at the tournament. The 6 teams from Asia that I think stand a very good chance of qualifying for the 2022 World Cup are as follows. Iran. They were quite impressive at the 2018 World Cup, and despite parting ways with their longtime boss Carlos Queiroz, I still think they have enough talent to make it back to the 2022 event. Next up, we have Japan. Man, this team is so talented. They even sent a B team to the Copa America and competed very, very well. God knows what would have happened if they sent a full strength squad. They may have won the damn thing. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm jumping the gun with that one. But Japan is a very, very good football team, and they showed us what they're capable of at the 2018 World Cup when they almost knocked out the eventual third place team, Belgium. Next up, we have the Korea Republic, led by their starman Heung-min Son. And a lot of people do think that Son is the only good player on the Korean team, but there's a lot more. We just don't remember their names. Then we have China, a team who wasn't at the 2018 World Cup, but I do think they're building up a head of steam, and they can qualify for the 2022 event. If they don't qualify, it would be such a shame because they have been investing loads, tons of money into their footballing system. Then we have Qatar's unfriendly neighbor, the United Arab Emirates. Guys, I'm afraid to say it will be quite an interesting thing if the UAE makes it to Qatar. These two countries don't get along at all, so it would be fun. It would be really fun to see them at the event. And last but not least, from Asia, the Socceroos of Australia. I do think they're still a very talented unit, still transitioning, new manager and all, so they have a lot of work to do. They barely made it to the 2018 World Cup, and I think they may just barely make it to the 2022 event as well. Notable omissions from Asia: Saudi Arabia. I don't think they have been doing very well as of late. Maybe they'll make it to the 2020 list of probables. And next up, guys, for the CONCACAF Confederation, my beloved CONCACAF, where we will have 4 probables on the list. And the first probable, of course, we have to start with Mexico, El Tri. The best team in the Confederation. They will make it for sure without a doubt. Then we have the US of A making a comeback, man. They missed the 2018 World Cup, sent shockwaves throughout the world after they lost that match to Trinidad in Cuba. Well, I don't think the USA are gonna allow for a repeat. I don't think so. They're setting up the system so that the USA does not miss another freaking World Cup because it's gonna cost them too much money. So I do think the USA are gonna squeeze in to the, 2022 World Cup in Qatar. The third probable on my list is Costa Rica. They're still one of the best teams in the region, and I do think they stand a very good chance of qualifying for the 2022 event. And now for the final one. This is where it gets tricky. This is where it gets super controversial. The fourth team on my list for my 2019 probables. Guys, remember, it's a 2019 probable. I'm gonna nominate Curacao. This is the up-and-coming team. They went to Asia, won the King's Cup over there, which was a friendly tournament between India, Vietnam, Thailand, and Curacao. And they went to the Gold Cup and impressed. And they have now started off the CONCACAF Nations League by picking up a win and a draw against Haiti. Currently, Curacao are just outside the hex, but within touching distance of 6th place El Salvador. So I do think that Curacao stand a great chance of making the final cut for the 2022 World Cup. Notable missions from the list includes Honduras, Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, and Canada. And now for the final confederation in this video, the Conmebol Confederation, one of the toughest places to qualify for the World Cup from South America. The South American Confederation consists of 10 teams, and I'm gonna give you 6 probables, so it's really hard. So 60%, it's hard to give you 60% of the top. It's really hard. So I'm gonna start with Brazil. Copa America winners, World Cup regulars, one of the best teams ever in World Cup history. Brazil. I don't need to further explain this one. Second on the list, Copa America finalist Peru. After making a comeback at the 2018 World Cup, I think Peru has enough talent to make it to back-to-back events. And they definitely demonstrated that at the Copa America. After we thought that Peru was down and out, they fought, they came back, and they almost won the whole thing. Third on the list are Los Cafeteros of Colombia. Still one of the best teams on the continent. I think Colombia will consistently produce very good players and continue to qualify for the world's major event, the FIFA World Cup. Then fourth on the list, I'm not gonna leave them for the last team. I'm gonna throw Venezuela in there. They have never qualified for the FIFA World Cup, but they have been showing that they are capable of doing so. And even though the Venezuelan economy is constantly in free fall, their footballing seemingly is on the up. The fifth team on the list are the Socceroos of Uruguay. Guys, we know Uruguay will make it back to the World Cup. It's not even a debate here. I think their current manager, Oscar Tabarez, will finish up his tenure by helping them qualify for the World Cup. And who knows, maybe even lead them there at the age of maybe like 75. Guys, we never know, but the man is still standing strong. Well, he's not really standing that strong, but figuratively, not literally. But he has done a great job with this team, and I think Uruguay will be at the 2022 event, or at least they're one of the favorites to do so. And guys, for the final team on the list, I have 5 teams remaining. Which one will I pick? There's Paraguay, there's Ecuador, there's Bolivia, there's Chile, and Argentina. I have to pick one of these 5 teams, and the team I'm gonna go for is Argentina. I'm not gonna disrespect Argentina like that, even though they have been, going through a really bad patch. I still think they're top 5 in South America and should qualify. Note I said should qualify for the 2022 World Cup. So guys, there you have it, my list of probables for the 2022 FIFA World Cup, which will be hosted by Qatar. Remember guys, cryptocurrency is the future. Look at Watford even putting the Bitcoin logo on their sleeve. So guys, click the link in the description box down below to sign up for BetMatch. So guys, thanks for watching this video, and if you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and in the comment section down below, let me know your list of 2022 World Cup probables. Guys, from your boy Dominic Rich, I like to say peace out, Rich Squad.